And then the worst landlords to hook up with is the ones that's struggling financially because they be money hungry. Money hungry. Okay. And then the other Korean landlord, he tried to get me to stop paying him in cash because he was lying to the city saying that he didn't have no rooming house, and there wasn't no rooming house at first, but he turned into a rooming house. And plus he probably lying on his taxes and things. So he wanted me to start paying him in cash, but I didn't. And so this woman right here, she's struggling financially. I can okay, a lot of people trying to pretend like they rich. Okay, but it's a lot of people out here that's struggling financially. Okay, and some people are ashamed of that. It's nothing to be ashamed of. I'm not ashamed to say it. I'm not gonna always be struggling financially, but you know, it's a lot of people that's struggling right now, and some people are ashamed of it, and some people are doing a lot of illegal things to survive. And then the worst people, I think, as it relates to struggling financially, how you still gonna be fucking around with drugs and you can't even afford to pay your rent or your mortgage and buy groceries in your house? And I don't know, I don't know the whole thing, but she was, I think, having the church to bring her food and stuff, and calling other people to bring her food and stuff, but she could buy the motherfucking cigarettes. I don't understand people that's struggling financially, but they can still buy the motherfucking cigarettes and the motherfucking marijuana. Okay, I don't understand that. They would rather smoke than eat. And then she telling me, oh, and she want to pretend like she losing all this weight because she's sick. Well, part of it might be because you're sick, and part of it is because, and I really think she was doing drugs, but I thought she was doing drugs. And we had talked about that before I moved in. I said I didn't want to deal with nobody that's doing drugs. And here I go smelling marijuana again. Everywhere I go, there go that marijuana. There go that marijuana. There go that marijuana. But then the last week before I left out of there, we was talking. I was trying to avoid her really, because she's a talking motherfucker. All these talking motherfuckers, and they really ain't talking about shit. I don't want to hear it. Okay. And she want to get all in my business. That's not what I signed up for. I didn't sign up to be your friend. I signed up to rent this room. Well, it's really an apartment above her house. And one little area, $1,200 a month. And see, there's a lot of people doing this. Even renting a room, they want you to pay $1,000, $1,200. Some of them even got the nerve to say $1,500 for a fucking room in the house, not the fucking house. That's for one fucking room. And then she gonna lie to me and say, "Oh, the refrigerator just messed up, and I'm gonna get another refrigerator within another week or two. I've been so sick and missing so much work, and I don't have that much money." And blah blah blah. The refrigerator, when I left a whole month later, still ain't got there. And then she get another dude to move in, and she probably gonna tell the same lie to him. Ma'am, you ain't gonna buy the refrigerator. Will you stop lying, please? And so that caused me to not really want to buy a whole lot of food because I didn't trust her. And then she walking around doing all that motherfucking coughing like most white people do, and got these damn dogs and cats and shit. And then she didn't tell me that she had a fucking dog. And then she told me right before I moved in, but then she trying to make it seem like it's a little lap dog. This woman got a whole pit bull. And you know them dangerous dogs, right? I don't fool with no fucking pit bull. And they'll turn on their own owner. And just like a lot of people that have kids, they want you to love their kids like they love their kids. I don't like your kid like you like your kid. Okay. And just like these people with these animals, they want you to love their animal like they love their animal. I don't give a fuck about your animal. Okay. I don't give a fuck about them. That's your animal. Okay, that's yours. And see, they be just like the children. They be wanting you to slick babysit for them. I'm not gonna babysit your children. I'm not gonna babysit your fucking pets. I'm not gonna feed them. I'm not gonna give them no water. That's your responsibility. Okay, that's why I don't have none. I don't want that responsibility. And then I don't like fucking dogs. Okay, I don't like what you like. I don't like it, and I got the right to not like what you like. Okay, and she had an attitude because I didn't like her fucking dog. I don't want to pet her dog. I don't want her dog around me, sniffing on me. None of that shit. And when I first moved in, she said, "Oh, just let it smell you so it'll get used to you." And here I am, and I thought about that. I said that was dumb as hell. And I'm putting my arm out there, letting the motherfucking dog smell my arm. The dog could have bit the fuck out of my arm. Okay, and I'm listening to her. The fuck? You got your own fucking brain. You should not be listening to other people, because they will lead you into this disaster. Okay, this fucking dog don't know me. And that could have triggered anything in the dog with me putting my arm out there. The dog may not like niggas. Okay, the dog may not like a fat person. Okay, or a stranger, period. And so she had an attitude because I didn't want to fool with the dog. So then when I would come downstairs out of the room to leave, she would have to put the dog outside or put it in another room. And she got tired of doing that, and she felt like, well, and then she was working at a daycare. So she would be gone all day. And then she gonna tell me, well, I just really feel like, that was like a week or so after I was there. She said, I just really feel like it's unfair to Stella. That's the dog name, Stella. I just feel like it's unfair to Stella to be hemmed up in the room all day, because she's not used to that. She's used to roaming around the house. And I just really feel like it'd be better, because I'm not gonna be able to get the refrigerator and blah blah blah. I just think it'd be better if we just do this just for this month. And I was glad, because I wanted to say that to her myself. Yeah. So we agreed that I would just stay there that 1 month, which was last month, and I was not gonna renew. We was gonna do it month to month. But I was thinking the same thing. So I was glad, because I got sick of her and I got sick of that motherfucking dog. Okay. And that's another thing. Okay. I had to go downstairs to go to the shower. That same bathtub is the same bathtub that she was washing the motherfucking dog in. I felt so disrespectful. And the whole house was just creepy as hell. Okay. And she would stay up. Oh my God. Oh my God. The first red flag is when she told me. See, and then she had two other roommates, a dude named Gary, a white dude named Gary. I wish I could talk to Gary. Because I'm pretty sure that he had the same problem with that bitch that I had. And then she said she had an older woman, 60-something years old, as a roommate downstairs, and felt like she was trying to run her house and tell her to close the blinds and this and that. And she was like, no, this is my house. I want to do what I want to do. Baby, it didn't take me long to figure out that she was the problem. It wasn't Gary. It wasn't that old woman. It was her. And she gonna forever be going through another roommate and another roommate every other month, because ain't nobody gonna be able to deal with her. Okay. And she want to get in your business. Every time I come downstairs, I got to look at her and that motherfucking dog. And so I had to put myself in the refrigerator. She want to evaluate everything that I have in my hand. She always want to know where I'm going, what I'm doing. Oh, if I don't go to work. Oh, did your job change your schedule? What does it matter to you? Okay, that's my business. That's my motherfucking business. Okay, if I go to work, that's my business. If I don't go to work, that's my business. I don't need to report to you every fucking day, every time I do something. Okay, that's my business. I done gave you the fucking money for the rent. That's the only thing that you need to be concerned about, ma'am. That's really what I want to tell her. Okay, you don't need to know my business and my schedule. I don't like motherfuckers asking me about my schedule. That my schedule is my business. Okay. And what it was, she was so scared I was gonna bring Junebug and Ray Ray in there. That's really, and she couldn't even go to work, pretending like she's so sick. And I said to myself, you the motherfucker that with all the motherfucking bills, you the motherfucker that's gonna be suffering and crying because you can't pay your motherfucking bills because you want to stay here and babysit me and my big bag. Okay, you can. Which one you gonna do? Are you gonna go to work? Or are you gonna stay here and babysit me? If you were scared, why did you agree for me to come in here and rent this motherfucking place? Okay, but she one of them type of white people. Oh, I'm not prejudiced. I got black cousins. I got black friends. I got black. I can't stand them kind of racist. Okay, and then the neighbors, and I know she was up to it. I know she put them up to it, but I can't prove it. Then all of a sudden they want to start walking around and coming out watching me and this and that and the other. Every time I come outside here, they get ugly motherfuckers looking at my face. And I'm like, this is so pathetic right here. This is so pathetic right here. And I felt like I was really in jail, in fucking jail. And she was coming home a little after 6 o'clock in the evening. She'd leave about 7:30, no later than 8. And then she'd be coming home a little after 6. But then she got scared. Ooh, it just bothered her, a nigga in her house. A nigga in her house. And she didn't have nothing that I wanted to steal. I don't know what she was thinking about. Well, maybe it was just the idea of having a nigga in the house. I don't know what it was. But baby, she started flying that car down that highway, getting back to the house. And I don't know if she told her job that she wanted to come early and leave early, or come the same time and leave 1 hour early. But the bitch started coming an hour early. Yeah, she was flying to get back to the house and monitor me. She wanted to monitor me. And I got so sick of her. And I was so fucking glad. I didn't know where the hell I was going to go when I left her house. But I was glad to get away from her and that motherfucking dog. I really was. And then she started all that fucking coughing. More of it. And then I found out that she had got pneumonia. And you know pneumonia is contagious. And every time from day number 1 when I walked in her house, just like I was doing over there with them Koreans, I keep my fucking mask on. I'm going to keep this. Okay, I'm going to keep this. And she, like a lot of people, I don't know why me wearing a mask offends so many people. What me wearing a mask got to do with you? Okay, if you don't give a fuck about your health, that's you and your health. I give a fuck about mine. I can't afford to be sick. Okay, but she was so concerned about that mask. Worried about that fucking mask. I'm tired of having a conversation about the mask. Ma'am, the mask is going to be on my face every time I come outside that fucking room. Period. Expect it. Okay? So, I'm so glad I got away from her. I'm so glad I got away from her. And every day, she want to run the fucking washer, making all that fucking noise. I know what that's all about, to try to run me out of that house. And okay, I thought the marijuana was her, but the last week we had a conversation. She said it was the next door neighbor, which was some niggas. And she said she had been smelling it, but she denied that she was on drugs. She said she wasn't on drugs, so I kind of believed her. But I couldn't believe that the marijuana smell was coming from the niggas at the other house. And it had the capacity to come all the way upstairs in my room, because I kept on having that fucking window open. I said, hell, they were smoking a lot of marijuana. But anyway, yeah. When I first moved in there, the first red flag that she was crazy as fuck, she told me, now mind you, this top area that I'm renting is supposed to be my apartment. She called it an apartment. Okay. And she never did change them locks. I wanted her to change the locks, because I didn't want her to be coming in there and rambling around when I wasn't there. And she lied and said, oh, I got the locks. I just hadn't put it on. I had the lock the first day when you moved in. Well, why you didn't put the motherfucker on? Okay, and when I left, she still ain't put the motherfucker on. I know a lie when I hear it. She lied about the refrigerator. She lied about the locks. She lied about a whole lot of things. Okay, but she wanted me to not leave. You know, when you use your towel after you take a shower, most people hang their towel up and let it dry. She said, oh no, Gary, her other roommate, she said Gary used to do that, and it had a musket smell around the apartment. So she want me to leave it in the washer so she can wash it. I said, no ma'am. I don't want you washing my personal stuff. I don't want you washing none of my stuff. No man, I wash my own panties, bras, this, that, and the other.